Are you a manager, team leader, salesperson, or coordinator? How many interviews, discussions, or negotiations do you have during the day? If you're not living on a desert island, I'm confident you have all kinds of communication situations on a daily basis. Now let me ask you a question. Are you completely satisfied with your communication style? To be more precise, with the outcome of your discussions, negotiations, or interviews? You already ranked top? If this is so, then thank you for dedicating your time for watching so far. I guess you can stop here. For those of you who think that there is still room for improvement, thank you for still watching and engaging my video. Okay, let's start analyzing some crucial mechanisms. But first things first, let's find a common context that works for most situations. Like, for example, you have to explain something. Do you confirm that it happens every now and then that you think you did a thorough job explaining something, passing on information? However, on the other side, not all the important parts were received? Now, why is that so? Well, you know that there are situations where people just don't listen, period. But it's much more complex than that. Which communication mode do you use when you explain something to a colleague, to a customer, to a coworker? You tell them, right? So let's have a closer look on what is actually happening when you tell something to somebody. As a matter of fact, the person you're talking to has basically two options. Those are, he or she can either listen or not listen. Let's say we're fortunate and they're actually listening to the information. But who's the information holder? That's right, it's us. So without an agreement, without permission, by using a communication mode of our choice, we stuff those information cues in the other person's head, hoping that there it is what remains. Once again, we might be lucky and it works out. But I do not want to rely on my luck every time I'm using this, let's call it classical communication mode. Maybe the information was only partially processed or stored incompletely. Worst case scenario, the shared information was distorted or rejected entirely. Not a pretty thought, I know. And if we were able to make the other person the real information holder, not us, the other person. You like the idea? You do? Okay, but how? Well, the solution is easy and complex at the same time. The good news, anyone can learn it. Ever heard of the slogan, questioning is leading? You did? You didn't? At any rate, let's have a close look into this communication tool. It's all based on knowing how to ask questions. The right question. Let's get started. If I, the information holder, ask you a question, what do you have to do? Exactly. You have to think how to answer this question. And this is right where it gets started. Let's move on. If you're able with your thoughts, your reasoning, with the help of this question to allocate, to store this very information in your head, in a position picked only by you, how would the value of this information change for you? Let's remember where we started from. Yes, correct. We started telling stories. Now let's balance those two methods, storytelling versus questioning. Getting stuffed information without permission in your head, or get the outcome with your own mental tools. What does your brain prefer? True. It's very likely that this information will stay where we decided to put it, right up there. So this technique works successfully in most situations, even in your private life. Of course, We must learn how to use questions, how to pick the right one, how to deal with rejections. Curious? I'm glad you took your time to engage with my video. At this point, I'm looking forward to see you soon in one of our trainings.